Okay, now that was the opening to Little Wing by Jimi Hendrix originally. Now, a lot of people covered that song, though. I'm pretty sure John Mayer's done it. Stevie Ray Vaughan covered it really well. I really like his version. And actually, um, I threw some of Stevie's stuff into this particular arrangement of Little Wing. I really like Little Wing a lot. I don't do it verbatim, I guess you could say, actually, as how Jimi did it, because listening to Jimi's uh, studio album and then live recordings, everything's a little bit different always. So I really didn't take the studio album as gospel because he kept changing it. Although, if you want to learn the studio album, that's a great idea, verbatim, as it is, because it's a wonderful piece of music. Um, so yeah, I would say the main thing to take away from this is uh, what I use this for, and that is the caged method. Okay, I use Little Wing to teach frequently, at least, to teach the caged method because it has a lot of the shapes that you would use down in first position just transposed up the neck of the guitar. All right, so for some of you who are unfamiliar with the caged method, let me just walk you through it real quick. This is not a comprehensive or definitive lesson on the caged method. This is just to kind of get you an idea of what it means and how it works. The caged method states that you can take the chord shapes of C, A, G, E, and D in first position and then just transpose them all the way up the neck, or just flip them all the way up the neck of the guitar, and to the point to where you could use them to make other chords and other chord shapes and so on and so forth. And I like them a lot because you can find different ways of making them where you can cut them in half and you can do embellishments with them. Okay, works really well in kind of the quote unquote minor form of the cage method, minor form. The cage method loosely being spoken of there. There's a way you can modify it to make it work the same way, or similarly at least. But in the actual caged method, what you're going to do is you're going to do something like this. You're going to take, let's take the C chord. Okay, so first position. This all revolves around the first position of your guitar. Okay, of the fretboard of the neck of your guitar. So we got a C chord right here, right? Okay. All right, and what you're going to do is you're going to take that, okay, and you're going to flip that up the neck of the guitar and find all the different forms of a C that you could make, okay? And this starts like this. It's really cool. You've got the C chord frame. Then you got an A chord frame, okay? Now, here's your A chord frame right here, right? So you're like, what do you mean A chord frame? This is an A, right? It is an A, but watch this. I can take that A chord frame and use the nut as basically your first finger, okay? The nut is basically your first finger, okay? And I'm gonna put my first finger here, okay? And I'm gonna make a chord here. That's an A frame, believe it or not, okay? And I'm just doing it on the 3rd fret, and that's an A frame right there, okay? I apologize if you hear any sounds in the background. There's kids playing, there's cars going by, but wanted to get this video out to everybody here because it's been requested, okay? Okay, so anyway, this is an A frame right here, all right? And then what I can do from there is I can walk it up the neck even further. So I've got C, A, G, E, D, all right? C, A. The next one is going to be a G, all right? So you've got the G frame coming up next. How do you get to the G frame from here? Okay, so here's our G frame right here, right? Here's our G frame down here in first position. I'm going to take it here. I'm going to put my first finger here, and then I'm going to find this right here, okay? And I'm going to go. And that is, my friends, a G frame just up the neck of the guitar, okay? Just a G frame up the neck of the guitar, all right? And that's all that is. And now, once I come up here, after G is an E frame. So here's my E frame down here, right? Here's an E frame. But what I can do is I can take it up here, and I can make it start here, okay? And there's an E frame up the neck of the guitar. Okay, really handy. I mean, you can do a lot of different things with it. Okay, so what comes after E? D. Okay, C-A-G-E-D. D comes after E. Okay, so I'm going to come here. Okay, now this is a little bit of a extension thing. What I do is I take that octave and I find what would be the D down here in first position. Okay, so D frame down here in first position. I'm going to put it up here, and this is. Okay, so I go from, okay, there to there, okay, and then I come up to. Now this is only 3 strings here. We say, hey, Josh, how do you get that 4th string involved? You do it like this. Okay, I'm sorry, backwards there, I'm doing it backwards. So you got. Okay, and that is a D frame C chord up the neck of the guitar. Now remember, throughout this whole process, you're actually taking the C chord and you're making the same C chord flipped different in different positions and different frames up the neck of the guitar. Okay? One of the easier ways that for me to think about it is to think about it in terms of octaves, right? So octave, right? And then I can go octave right here. And that's now I'm skipping one frame here, okay? And then I'll go up here and go to the G frame. So I can do, okay, then I can go, then I can go from here, and then, now, truth be told, that in full disclosure, when it comes to the D frame, I don't usually play it like this, which is why it takes me a little time to make it. I don't usually play it in its root form. In other words, that's a C in the root, right? I usually either play it 3-string or I invert it like so, okay? And actually, that gets us back to the original C chord frame. Albeit with a little bit more effort there, right? You got to make that the kind of a spidery looking frame there, okay? So hopefully that made sense. Like I said, this is not the definitive video on the caged method. Hopefully I'll get a chance to do one in the future where I've got some good close-ups of the hand frames and you can really see them well. There's a lot of good stuff on the rest of the web about these frames and this method as well. Don't be afraid to go check that stuff out, okay? There's some really great resources, just like there's some really bad resources on the internet as far as, you know, learning methods go. But check out what you can, you know, maybe something that I've said here sparks your cognitive abilities and you're able to understand other things a little bit better. So hopefully that's the case, because that's what I want to do in every one of these videos that I provide for you guys. But anyways, back to the original point, Little Wing helps my students develop their caged method understanding once we get to it. There's some parts of Little Wing that are a little too advanced if you're just learning your chords down in first position. We'll get to that a little bit later. And the version that I played today in this video is a combination of Jimi's and Stevie's versions of those pieces, okay? Sorry about the glare there. Of that piece, okay? So keep that in mind as you play, as you learn this stuff. Hopefully this helped you out, though. If you got any questions, leave them down there in the comment section. I'd love to answer them. It's what I like to do. I'm a teacher. So leave the comments down there. Find us on Facebook at Music Lesson on Facebook. You can chat up with us there. And hopefully I'll see you again. Hit that subscribe button and that little bell button, because that's what you got to do to get notifications these days on YouTube. And just let me know if this helped, and hopefully I'll see you again in the next video. And remember, music is magic. See you soon.